Hi, and welcome to Her Path to Success, brought to you by the Arab American Women's Business Council. And a little bit different than our normal format, what we plan on doing is having a spotlight. So it's an Arab American Women's Business Spotlight. And what we'd like to do is we're going to have local women who own their own business and are working hard, and just do a little spotlight on them to help motivate other women that you can do whatever you need to do, and help you and give you some tips and suggestions on to start your own businesses and to get forward. So our very first spotlight is ZeeTheCook, and we have Zee Shami, the owner. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what is your business? What is ZeeTheCook?
Right. First of all, thank you so much for hosting and for having me on your show. I'm very, very honored to be here with you today. This is definitely a story I want to share with everyone around the world because it's definitely a calling that I felt like I found my calling in life. It's things that you hear about at school that once you grow up, you will discover more about yourself and find out what it is that you were meant to be on this earth for. So it's definitely a business that I started that came to me rather than me go to it. This business, ZeeTheCook, started a year ago, actually, just a year. And we're very, thank God we've been blessed to be very successful. It all began with a concept of me talking to a financial advisor, my personal financial advisor. That conversation kind of led to, all right, why don't you teach? And it kind of just, a light came out, a light came up in my mind, and I said, teach it. I said, okay, well, I'm a self-proclaimed chef. I didn't go to school for being, to be a chef. I mean, thank God it's a natural gift that I've been given, but I just didn't believe in myself as much as I think I should have. So his questions really started to spark that question in my mind, why don't I do something with this thing that I love? And so I said, okay, I will start teaching. But I didn't know how I would start. I just said, I'll do it. In my mind, I didn't even tell him. I didn't tell my husband. I just said, I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'll begin. I don't know where I'm going to start, but I need to start. So each day, I would, analyze some things in my mind, write things down on, write some thoughts down on paper, some ideas that I have. And all I was thinking was adults. I'm going to teach adults how to cook. I'm going to teach mothers who are home how to cook, who need more help. Because on social media, people would ask for my recipes, people would ask for my help. And so I was offering that, but I wasn't offering it to a full potential. I wanted to give them more. So I knew that teaching them in person would make the experience so much better, and they can really see how I myself do things in the kitchen and possibly follow that lead. So one thing led to another, and I decided, you know what, I'll do some private cooking classes. Since I don't have a building, I don't have a place to start, I'll just start from home. I'll actually, I can maybe go to these mothers or these new moms or new wives' houses and teach them how to cook, personal culinary lessons. And so I put a post out on my social networks that cooking, that's 3 simple words. Cooking classes, or 4 simple words. Cooking classes coming soon. When I posted that announcement, I got so many amazing feedback, so much amazing feedback. Everybody was so happy, excited. They didn't understand what was to come, and I didn't even understand what was to come, but I just wanted to let them know me teaching cooking classes was about to begin.
It was coming soon.
It was coming soon. Now I posted it, and then I just walked away from it for a second, got all the amazing feedback, which kind of fed my motivation, it fed my energy. And so from there, I said, okay, let me go ahead and announce a class for the adults, and I would just host it from my kitchen for 5 students. But before I could do that, when I posted cooking classes coming soon, a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, told me that her daughter Lila would love to attend a cooking class, and it's her daughter, she's only 7 years old. So when she said that, I said, oh, well, maybe I said to myself, well, maybe I can teach a class for kids one day.
Right.
And another parent said, my my daughter Leia would love to attend a cooking class. So it started to shift my mindset from adults to children.
Yeah.
And instead of teaching adults, I could teach children how to cook and how to get in the kitchen and take care of themselves in the sense of sanitation, safety in the kitchen, you know, cooking, using knives, using handles, being next to the stove. So I started to think, oh my God, it's actually kids who have more needs than adults. The kids need to learn, you know, us as adults, many of us don't know how to cook because, if it didn't begin when we were younger, we're more challenged when we're older.
Right.
But if you're young and you start to learn these culinary skills, everything will come so naturally to you that by the time you're 16, 17, you'll be feeding your whole family.
So it's exactly what you said. It's kind of, it rolled into one, and your passion found you into starting your own business that way.
My passion found me, and it told me start a business. Yes.
So you've been doing it for about a year now.
Yes.
You do cooking classes for kids.
Yes.
And you're actually doing something very exciting in the summer. You have a summer camp going on.
Yeah.
So the kids come and they're doing an organic garden.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of fun things, and the kids are enjoying it.
Yeah.
And I think it's also important to note that you have a family of your own. You have kids.
I do. I have 2 daughters. Yes.
2 daughters. So it's definitely important to know that no matter what your situation is and how many kids you have, you don't have to be working in corporate America to be successful. And you can still go forth and bring your passions and actually do something with it.
Yes.
And it's also important to note that it doesn't happen overnight. It took a lot of hard work, a lot of lessons learned.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of road bumps.
Oh, definitely. I learned things the hard way. I was the first person in our community to begin teaching culinary classes, especially to kids. Along the way, there was a lot of challenges. I started my first class with 10 students, and that day was a complete disaster, but the students left so happy. The mothers left asking when the next class would be. And in my mind, it was like, oh my God, everyone is so happy, even though I have a pile of dishes and food everywhere.
Yeah.
But after that class, everything, thank God, was just a complete success. We went from 1 class to 2 classes to 6, and then from there it went to 8, 10 classes, and it just flew from there. Definitely, it's challenging. A lot of people tell me I give you so much credit. The biggest challenge, I would say, is balancing between family and business. It's definitely a big challenge, but it's no reason to let you give up. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I was going to give up many times. And I would say every month I get the thought of giving up, but my motivation and my passion is so strong that it always overcomes those fears. And, you know, because it's challenging. Either you're giving your family so much attention, your business will lack, or you give your business so much attention, your family will lack. And so finding that balance, I'm not going to lie, it's an ongoing, not going to call it a struggle. It's an ongoing challenge that you must be able to feed one and let the other one lack a little bit, and then come back and feed the other. And hopefully, you know, you can ask your husband for help, your family, you know, and I've hired help. I've hired, you know, an assistant to help me with my daughter, for example, for her, you know, sometimes she needs, assistance with homework.
Right.
And so those things will come once your business starts to flow. And so as long as you believe in yourself and you believe that I will get where I need to be in order for others to come in and help, you'll be able to achieve it. You'll be able to achieve anything.
And it's interesting to see someone who's still a younger family and younger in their business.
Oh, yeah.
And still managing to be successful and having that faith in themselves that no matter what we do, you keep working hard. I might have some lows, but I'll definitely have some highs.
Yes.
And just keep going.
Definitely. You just keep going, you know. And the summer camp that we were just discussing, it's been, 10 weeks of the whole summer, starting from when the kids ended school till when they begin. And so I've dedicated this entire summer to my classes, to my work. And so, and my family had to wait through it, but they've become stronger because of it. And they know that the rewards are at the end, for them. For me, I feel rewarded every day just because you know, you get the feedback from these children who are so happy, they're learning so much, and parents, you know, they tell me, you know, my daughter used to cook even before she started the cooking classes, but now she cleans after herself, and you taught her that, you know, and
Right.
those are the rewards that we get from, you know, from providing to others and teaching others and giving others, you know. So I definitely believe that anyone can do, fulfill their dreams, and be patient. The most important thing is patience. And if it didn't start with me believing that something was coming, if I didn't attract that energy and that quality, it wouldn't have happened. So I'd say the number one thing is believe in yourself.
Great. Well, I think this business of yours is doing great
Thank
because
you.
you're not only helping out the community,
Yes.
you're teaching the kids that hard work does pay off in the end.
Definitely.
And I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you the best of luck in
Thank
continuing
you.
to grow your business.
Thank you so
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining our episode today on Her Path to Success. Stay tuned for more spotlights. And if you're interested on becoming a spotlight, just let us know. You can find us on aawbc.org and let us know what you'd like to hear. Thanks.